So it finishes 0-0 in Qatar, an absolute borefest in the end between the United States and England. And to be fair, it's the fair result. Neither team really tried to attack that much, even though the USA played very well in the first half, quick in transition. The second half, they fell into a shell, similar to what happened against Wales. It's a repeat in this match. Positive first half, taken two steps back in the second half, and that's what disappoints me a lot as a USA fan. And then for England, I mean, after doing so well against Iran and winning 6-2, I think they were brought down to earth in this game that, yeah, okay, you might have won that first game by a huge margin, but now this is the true test. And oh man, it wasn't the greatest game, people. And who do you blame more for that? Do you blame more England for not being able to generate any sort of attack? Or do you blame more the USA who just sat back and understood, all right, if we open up, we're going to get cooked. So what do we need to do? We need to sit back, defend well, eliminate the midfield. I thought the USA did very well in defending Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice. I think they did that for sure the best they could. And, Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham had nothing in this game. I'll bring in AD now as well. I'll get to you, AD, soon. Look, I don't know what else to say about this game. I think the USA were really positive in the first half. Obviously Christian Pulisic hitting the crossbar, Weston McKennie. I don't know how he misses. I don't even know how he doesn't get that on target. He has so much space. He's free in the box and he skies it over. Like, come on, Weston. It should be better. I think for England, it was terrible performance. Really, really, really bad. Like Harry Kane, anonymous. You could find him just probably somewhere in the desert in Arizona or something like that. And I mean, Saka was Sterling on the pitch today. There was two Chelsea players. One actually played, I think, quite well and actually got himself in the game. The other one did absolutely nothing. I'm gonna check how many touches Sterling had because I don't think he had that many. He was a ghost out there, an absolute ghost. So, AD, what's your thoughts on the game from a U.S. perspective, of course?
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'll say that right now. I did not expect us to put up this kind of game against England, and it just goes to show that that England win against Iran. Like, I'm looking at that game really funny now. Like, was England really that good, or was it really Iran that bad? You know. So, yeah, I mean, I was really happy with the performance. I did not expect us to go out there and get a tie, and it feels really devastating now that not from this game, but it feels like if we didn't tie against Wales, what position we could have been in.
So, what was your thoughts on the first half? I thought we were the better team. We looked
Oh yeah,
more.
yeah.
Every time we went on the attack, we looked like we were going to score. So I don't understand again why Greg Berhalter, aka Vibes Berhalter, stopped doing that in the second half. Go for the win. I think he just said passive. He just said, you know what, we're going to be passive. We don't want to take any risks. It's all down to Iran. We're going to take it that way. So what's kind of your thoughts in the first half of how well the USA played?
I think the USA were really solid in the midfield battle. And I did say this, and this might seem very controversial, but I did say that I think the USA midfield might actually be better than England's midfield before the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a crazy take, and a lot of people probably would call me stupid, deluded, that kind of stuff. And after today, I would still. I mean, do you agree or not agree?
I think our midfield was really. I thought Tyler Adams was man of the match.
Yeah,
He was
Tyler
he
Adams.
was a he's such an amazing footballer. I absolutely love Tyler. Yes, maybe not the most elegant, but the guy is just everywhere on the
Of course.
pitch. He's a workman. I love Tyler Adams. That's the sort of midfielder you need at the CDM, especially. You don't need a guy who can maybe obviously you would love a Pirlo, but there's not going to be many Pirlos in this world to be generated because Pirlo is one of a kind. But
Yeah.
I think Tyler Adams did much better and offered more to the game than what Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice offered.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fully.
Like,
So yeah, go ahead.
and also another crazy thing is that look at his age. He's 23 years old, and he's the captain of the team as well. That's incredible. Like to have that kind of pressure, not just in the football world, and not just like off the pitch, on the pitch, off the pitch as well. He's like a leader to the dressing room. He's like one of the young guys, and I've been seeing him for a while now. He's done a great job. Obviously, I don't know if he'll ever be like Michael Bradley for the U.S. Obviously, we'll have to wait.
He's
And
only
see.
23, so
Yeah, man, we know how good Michael Bradley was for us, and he could definitely, if he continues this kind of form, he can definitely surpass him, or if not, come close. I thought for me defensively, USA was really good. I thought Anthony Robinson was excellent today. I think he had a great game. He bullied Saka. I thought Saka was not really good at all. Sterling was also poor. I mean, I don't remember Sterling doing anything this game.
He did nothing. He did
Yeah.
nothing. I think he took an early flight back home to West London to go join the West London Cowboys because, I mean, Sterling was terrible. He did nothing in this game. And this is a great point from Chris. I don't know how this man got 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Matt. Is there a Brexit tax?
I don't. Well, that wouldn't make sense. They're all English, but Mason Mount was. What did he offer to that game?
Yeah,
What?
dude, he was
Like,
so bad.
he was so bad. Like, why does the Southgate bring on Phil Foden? Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense from Gareth South. See, this is the problem, right? England have such a positive game, right? They're on the front foot against Iran. They're moving the ball well quickly. I think in this game, they were so slow. They thought, okay, you know what? We won 6-2. We got that step in our feet. We can just show up. The USA will just fold, and they'll let us score. No, 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 no. England, you need to take the initiative in matches. This is how you're going to become world champions. You can't play this way to become world champions. And I think that comes down to the manager and also maybe the players' mentality heading into this game. Do you agree with that, AD? What do you make of England in today? Do you think they were just too slow with the ball? Midfield wasn't as good as it was against Iran. What do you think was the big problem for England in this matchup?
I think the problem with England is that they took this game for granted, and I think that win against Iran just showed them they got too arrogant. And I think that win against Iran was actually the worst thing that could have happened to them because now they're thinking, okay, wow, look, we won against Iran, so we're back of the best. We can now just go into this game and just do the same thing, and they just look so slow. They looked ruggish. They looked lethargic. They had a good start to the game. I'll give you that. But as the game wore on, USA started to dominate. USA started to dominate after like the first 20 minutes, I would say.
Yep.
They started to get in the front foot, and I think that's why England, man, they just thought that we would play like Iran. And like I said at the time, that Iran didn't even start the best midfield, and I think that's very crucial. That because we saw earlier today against Wales, they started their best midfield, and look how different Iran were today.
Exactly. And I mean, look at the stats here, people. Like, America had a better XG, big chances missed, total shots, everything was more for the USA. I mean, except for big chances missed. But I'm a little bit deflated. Like, yes, I agree with you, AD, that I'm happy we got the point, and I thought we were going to lose. I thought it was going to be like a 2-1 result. I thought, England would have maybe taken a 2-0 lead, and then USA would have gotten a late consolation. But I just look at the positives we had in the first half, and I'm like, just push on from it. This is the sort of mentality that the USA needs to build upon if they want to become one of the best in the world, right? You can't be this passive team and be like, oh, it's England. We did well in the first half. Let's just get the point here. No, take the initiative, take control of this group, and take control of your destiny, because now you need to beat Iran. And that's not going to be easy. As we have seen, Iran today were amazing defensively and the attack. So, I mean, look, who was your man in the match for the USA?
Yeah, I mean, as I already said, Anthony Robinson, I thought was really, for me, I would give him the man of the match. You could give an argument to Tyler Adams. I thought Zimmerman was also really good today. I thought he pocketed Kane very well. I thought Kane was really disappointing for England today. And really, honestly, a lot of players can be given the man of the match. I think the defense and midfield, obviously Matt Turner also you can give an argument. I know England didn't really test Matt Turner that much, but he did come out.
What did he have to do, AD? He made one save a Mount in the first half, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, he was calm and collected. He didn't because I don't know if we would, we know who knows what Stefan would have done this game.
Jesus, so. Yeah, who knows? By the way, I want to hear hopes, guys. Great username. It's FootMob is the stats. This is the website. It's FootMob. York says England were poor, but the USA had to win the game. Not England. Is fine. There are basically through the USA now have to beat Iran. If they had lost, they would still have to beat Iran. Exactly. Look, this doesn't change anything for the USA. I'm just pissed off because I think we could have won this game. I genuinely do. That's what I have a little bit of an empty feeling in me right now, because I'm like, man, we could have won this game just like we could have won against Wales, and that's what is frustrating at this point. So now if we go out to Iran, I'll just be looking at these two games and being like, Greg, you should have pushed on. Maybe obviously some of the players were fatigued, and you could see Dest struggling in the second half.
Dest.
So I thought Weston McKennie was great in the first half, and then not
Second
that
half,
great,
yeah.
not that great in the second half. And I think that's his injury that he's carrying. And yeah, they definitely can. And Southgate needs to go ASAP. Well, we'll see after this World Cup. And oof, I don't know. England is good. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah.
I think England is okay. Go ahead.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Christian Pulisic, who I thought had a good game today. I know he didn't
Mm-hmm.
score today. He hit the bar. I don't know if you remember that. I
Yep.
believe it was the first half, and dude, you can tell he's carrying it. He's trying everything he can for this team,
Yep.
and it's just a problem for the U.S. Like we just haven't scored goals. Like that's been a big problem for me leading up to this World Cup, and that's been a big problem. And that's why I say like, why do you bring Pepe or Sabachu, man?
I don't get it. And then you're gonna start Haji Wright. Okay, cool. Maybe he's good at pressing. Does he bring goals? Okay, he could score in the Turkish league. Is the Turkish league good anymore as it used to be? No. So bring Ricardo Pepi. Doesn't. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road again. It just makes me pissed off. But yeah, I think Christian Pulisic had a really good game once again. I think he was involved in the play. Maybe at times, a little bit too many touches. But overall, I think Christian Pulisic, of any of the Chelsea players on the field, he was the best one. And he gets the less minutes. And he gets the less minutes at Chelsea. So.
Artem Tuchel was watching.
Graham Potter.
Not Tuchel. Sorry, Potter. My bad. I forgot Tuchel.
I got to shout out one player though for England. I thought he had a great game. Harry Maguire. Maguire actually had a really, really good game.
I'm giving the man of the match for England to him. Honestly.
Yeah, I think Harry. Other than I think he had one misplaced pass, which was really weird, like in the first 20 minutes. Otherwise, I think Harry Maguire was actually pretty good. I think he was calm. He didn't make any rash decisions. He was physical. Harry Maguire actually was probably England's best player, and that's a problem. When Harry Maguire is your best player, yeah, that's not a good sign if you're England.
Shaw.
Yeah, or Shaw. Shaw was pretty decent, and Pepe got dissed so bad, should have gone with Mexico probably. Oh boy, and Luke Shaw was pretty decent too. Yeah, I would say so. It is said on TV that the USA coach told the players to play the ball into the corner. Yeah, look, I could clearly tell that. Man, honestly, Greg, man, what are you doing? You could just tell he's like, calm down. Time, go play in the corner. I'm like, really? Why don't we just try for one more chance to score? Maybe we get a lucky bounce. Maybe we get an Origi. It is Pickford in goal, by the way. But no, we're passive and we just play for the draw, which, okay, I can understand. England is the best team in this group, but we're just doing the same thing as we did in 2010. Draw the first two games, and we have to win the last game. And it's just a carbon copy of that for the United States. So, people let us know in the chat as well. Who was your man of the match from either team? Was it Pulisic, Harry Maguire? I can't believe I'm saying that. Tyler Adams. Let me know. Luke Shaw. Somebody shouted him out as well. But I don't think there's much else to say about this game, AD. It was pretty much a BOREFEST, honestly, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. It felt like. It's just so annoying that I just wish we didn't tie to Wales. Like if we had won that game, we'd be such a good position, such a great position.
Yeah, look, I know it is frustrating, but we can't look back now. We just got to look forward, and we can't dwell on the past. And I said this to AD earlier, but Michael, are England the Atletico of international football? I mean, you could probably say that. So Southgate, just the English Simeone. I'm telling you, there's a dinosaur table. We have the elite table where there's Pep, Klopp, and these sort of guys. We got the kids table. Maybe you can add Graham Potter, Manuel Pellegrini. He does well with Real Betis. They're doing pretty well this season. And then we have the dinosaur table. And at the dinosaur table, you have Simeone, you have Southgate, you have Santos. Anybody else I'm missing? People? Allegri,
Berhalter.
Yeah, I mean, look. To be fair to Berhalter, I think tactically he's done very well in the first two games. I have to give it to him. The only problem I have is let me just go up to it. This guy right here. Why does he only get 8 minutes? Giovanni Reina. 8 minutes. Come on, man. Unleash the guy. 80. We waited till the 77th minute to make a substitute. I understand, like, okay, maybe waste some time. Really, like. We could have. Brendan Aronson should have got more minutes. Giovanni Reina should have got more minutes, and so should have Josh Sargent. But instead, we wait, and make the subs. And I mean, you got to give credit to Southgate, bringing on Jordan Henderson for Jude Bellingham. You have got to be kidding me with that substitute. That made no sense to me. I know Jude Bellingham, he wasn't have the greatest game. Is Jordan Henderson really the best option off the bench at CDM? Really?
And you're a Liverpool fan.
I don't care. He's garbage. I could care less. I mean, I'm trying to look at the other options. Okay, Conor Gallagher, no. Calvin Phillips, I guess, yeah. That's it.
Dude,
Wow, that
I think as being said in my stream, like he said that he was playing for a draw, and I think that's the whole purpose of Henderson to just play for a draw.
I think they both were playing for a draw. Both Southgate and Greg Berhalter. That's the crazy thing about it. So, and
Yeah,
Henderson was pressing it as an attacker in the second half. That should tell you, bro, man. That was just craziness from Gareth Southgate to bring Henderson. But I guess what else could he have done? What else could he have done? So yeah, it finishes 0-0 people at the Al Bayed Stadium. It was a good atmosphere. Heard mostly the American fans, and then once I heard the USA chants go off, then the English fans booed. But at least it was a good atmosphere. But the game was just a bore fest, an absolute bore fest. So now there's not much more to talk about the game. So I think we got to look at the group AD, and it's yeah. I mean, perfectly everybody has 4-3-2-1
wow.
in the points.
Wow, England's not even qualified. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, they haven't even qualified. I mean, obviously, it would take a miracle for England not to qualify out of this group. I mean, they would have to have what would they need to happen? So Wales would have to beat England, and then Iran would have to beat the USA, or USA beat Iran. Yeah, I mean, how many would Wales? Wales would have to win like 3-0 or something like that for this craziness to happen. Which it is football at the end of the day, so anything can happen. But what's your feelings now heading into the final match day? Obviously, Iran, big game, even ginormous now thanks to this. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm scared for the Iran game because I'm saying this right now. I think Iran's gonna cost a lot of points for us because their
Mm-hmm.
attack Taremi, man, it's a quality player, and I feel like Iran's really motivated. They and seeing how the Asian nations were done, in particular this World Cup, I could see them. I could see them just getting a draw. I'm not sure. Obviously I want us to win, but like it's hard to have faith because we can't score. We can't score. It seems so.
So
I'm not sure.
so are you saying that obviously you do you think England will beat Wales?
I think they'll. I could see maybe a draw. I think England will. I could see England either win. I don't see Wales winning. I think it's gonna be either a draw or England win.
Okay. So you're you're kind of in the same boat as me. I think it will be England first, Iran second, and then I think actually it will just stay like this. To be honest, I think England will beat Wales, and then Iran and USA will draw. I think
Well,
that's the feeling I'm getting right now. Depends though if Osman plays because he did come off injured. So if he doesn't play, that's going to be a big help for the USA.
yeah, I would definitely. He is a important player for them, and I guess they USA did better than I expected because I thought USA would finish dead last in this group, and so I mean obviously it's still possible, but it doesn't really seem likely. So
When's the game? Is it Tuesday the game or Monday?
yeah, Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Well, at least it's at 9 o'clock, so that's at least good. I don't have to come straight from work and stress. Although I'm gonna be stressed all day, to be honest, thinking about this game. I really am. I don't
Oh,
see. I'm contemplating doing rather to do a watch along, but I don't want to show my sort of antics on YouTube, to be honest. So I think I'll just have to wait till the reaction. Yeah, it's football, by the way, people. Um, all England need is a point to qualify, and America have to score four. Yeah, of course. If I don't think the USA will top this group. There's no way unless England absolutely loses to Wales. That would be crazy. And USA gonna win, bro. Iran isn't good. I don't know what you were watching today,
what the
Young
heck?
Tech.
What are you saying, man?
I don't know what Young Tech was watching today. And Wales and England is a classical match. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And remember the last time they did play? Obviously, Wales took the lead, and then England came back. Obviously, with Sturge and Jamie Vardy goals, which is crazy to think that was only 6 years ago. But now times have changed, and I mean, there is still a possibility. I think USA won the group in 2010, and that's because obviously England beat Slovenia, and then USA had a late dramatic winner over Algeria. So it is still possible, but I don't see it for the United States. So I think second is max. Yeah, second is max for the United
Man,
States, and let's just hope we get out of the group. I mean, if we make out of the group, it's a positive, but the lack of scoring is a big issue for me, and I think you agree with that, don't you, AD?
yeah, yeah. At least if there's one thing to be proud of, at least we haven't lost against England in the World Cup. We are
Wow,
undefeated.
wow, we are actually undefeated still against England. Wow, that's a good point. I mean, you have any final thoughts before we head out? I mean, obviously we don't have as much to talk about since the Wales game because the Wales game was pretty action packed. This one was just yeah. Any final thoughts before we head out?
Uh, yeah, I mean, best of luck to the USA. Hopefully, we can get a win against Iran. It's gonna be close. I was just say, and we'll see what happens. I mean, to be honest, even if we do go out of the group stage, I won't be like I didn't really have high expectations, so I won't be like that. I mean, I'll still be disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but I won't be as like disappointed as I probably would have been. So
I agree with that, but I'll feel very frustrated because I feel like we could have won both of these games in a way.
yeah, especially the Wales game, like that Wales game. Oh,
I mean, even this one, AD, like England were garbage. They were
yeah,
terrible. They played like they were freaking Costa Rica.
yeah. I know England were terrible in this game, but I feel like the Wales one was just more painful for me, just because we were so close.
And obviously, and we had the lead, and we pretty much had full control of that match until like the 60th minute. But this one, like England were poor. We were causing trouble in the first half, and then we just stopped. Then we had 5 corners in a row where we did absolutely nothing from it. So like, just Greg, man, he's just oh man. If I was the manager, I would have put on Giovanni Reina and Brendan Aronson straight in the 65th minute and said, cause havoc and go after Trippier, because Trippier was not having a great game and he was struggling against Pulisic. So just take him on, attack that side each and every time. Nope. Let's just go in a shell, go in a freaking turtle shell, and just cuddle there. Man, it's just frustrating. But yeah, look, big up to Alejandro, who was at the game, of course, Ecuador, Netherlands. Shout out Alejandro. He says, LVG said Ecuador deserved the win. Hats off to him. Yeah, look, Ecuador were fantastic today. They were fantastic. And Greg is betting on chances to win Iran, which, aren't many. I agree with that. I think USA should have won, but if they draw, they can go out saying they were undefeated. So 1-4-1-4. You're telling me that the USA want to pull a New Zealand 2010 and draw every game and be like, hey, we might be the only undefeated team at the World Cup.
That's actually impressive. I mean, obviously it won't be great, but at least we didn't lose.
Because AD, that New Zealand were the only undefeated team in 2010.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's true.
Because Spain lost in their first game.
Yeah, and Netherlands lost the final.
Yep. That's just one of the most craziest stats you'll ever hear in World Cup history. That New Zealand were the only undefeated team in 2010. And which the team that will be from Tier 1, I'm voting Germany. Yeah, look, Germany would probably be my vote as well. 80, shout out your channel before we head out so people can go subscribe to you. Now you're on what, 1.02 subscribers?
Yeah, I believe so, 1.02K.
Good, man, keep it going.
Yeah, thank you, man, thank you. One last player I want to shout out from England. I thought he had a good game. I don't think Stones, I thought Stones was good today.
Yeah, I mean, look, the 2 center backs, Luke Shaw, I think they were good today for England. But the midfield, crap. Attackers, crap.
Yeah.
And that just tells you the sort of game it was.
Yeah, this felt like a this kind of like felt like a what's it called, like the wall.
This, this game reminds me of, like, obviously somebody made a good point. It reminded them of England versus Scotland last year in the Euros, and it reminded me of England versus Algeria in 2010. Both games were just BOREFEST and terrible, just 0-0s, terrible performances. But yeah, shout out your channel.
Man, there's been so many 0-0 draws this World Cup.
I think for the first match day, I can understand. For the second match day, like, come on. You have to, like, the other games today were really exciting. Like, they were good footballing matchups. Like, even the Wales-Iran, it was 0-0, but that game was insane until, like, obviously the last minutes, and then Iran scored twice. But that game was entertaining. There was moments all the time. But this game, and then I think the Uruguay-South Korea, terrible. Just terrible games.
Yeah, and then Mexico-Poland as well. That was also terrible.
Well, until your boy Lewandowski missed a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was a bad game. Until that, obviously, that was a big moment.
Yeah, but you didn't mention that your boy Lewandowski missed a penalty.
Yeah, he missed a penalty.
Wait, AD, I have to ask this, because obviously now you're on my channel. I heard you say this, that if Lewandowski doesn't score at this World Cup, he's an international fraud.
Yeah, I believe so.
Big words. He did perform, though, at the Euros.
Okay, I'll say in World Cup. So let's say World Cup fraud.
But then, okay, would you count that Ronaldo and Messi as World Cup frauds because they've never scored in a knockout stage?
You could also maybe say them too as well.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not gonna say though. Let's wait until after the World Cup. That's what I say. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's see. And yeah, Mason Mount. Look, I don't know how Mason Mount got 90 minutes. Actually, you know what? Let me quickly actually check something. Let me just quickly check something on Mason Mount. Let me just
Mason Mount.
Okay, so he had 83% passing accuracy. That's pretty good. Successful dribbles, 0 out of 1. Touches, 45 touches in the midfield. Not a lot, in my opinion. I need to check Sterling, though. How many touches did Sterling have? He had 28 touches and didn't even take on a man. That's how poor Sterling was in this game. And yeah, well, that was a snooze fest. Yes, it was. All right. Actually, before we head out, I want to just show one last thing. A preview of tomorrow's matchups, because tomorrow's a big day, AD. Tomorrow's a big day. We got Tunisia, Australia. Should be a Tunisia win, in my opinion. Then we got Poland, Saudi Arabia. That's a big game because, if Poland lose, they're pretty much screwed, in my opinion. And then France, Denmark. Denmark got to have a performance. And if France can continue and show that they are one of the favorites, people will be talking different about Mbappe's squad. I'm calling it Mbappe's squad because Mbappe is just everything. And then the derby. I call this a derby because both teams hate each other. Argentina versus Mexico. And if Argentina lose, they're out of this World Cup.
Yeah. I would have an emergency stream.
If that happens, if Argentina lose to Mexico, we might have to have a 2-hour live stream just dissecting on what the heck has just happened, because that simply cannot happen to a team that I had predicting to win the World Cup.
Wait, so you're telling me that if Argentina lose, the USA is better than Argentina?
And on that note, AD, shout your channel and we're going to head out.
Yeah, shout out. So yeah, thank you guys. So make sure you guys check out my channel. It's 80s444. And so thank you, Michael, for letting me on here. And let's see if RJ can beat Mexico, man.
After this weekend, we could see Argentina and Germany out of the World Cup, people. That's the beauty of it. Well, thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit the like button on your way out. How many likes are we on, people, before I check out? We're only on 17. At least if we can get 20 on this BOREFEST of a stream and maybe BOREFEST of a match, that would be fantastic. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you guys next time. I will see you tomorrow for all 4 match reactions, because tomorrow could be a very interesting day. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world.